Wait, no, you had to be there. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Early comers. Those of you who are in the know and show up early, slash are watching this after the fact. This glass is going to be super well polished because I gave myself an extra couple minutes. For those of you just joining us, I am going to be hosting another tabletop RPG event. Links are down in the doobly doo. That's apparently the technical name for that. Yeah, so that's coming up on the 13th through the 15th of November. So check that out if you get the chance. It's going to be a good time if you like RPGs. And I'm really excited to be hosting it again. I missed it last month, and it was, I'm happy to be back on it. Let's see. We got a couple people. You've been waiting for 8 minutes. Woo! Welcome, Mindy. I'm so excited that you're here. Yay, early comers. Man, yeah. Let's see. Thank you for your patience last week. I had an accident in my car, and I had to go deal with that instead of being here doing my delightful thing, barkeeping and whatnot. So I appreciate everybody sticking with me and coming on this journey with me. This weekend, I'm going to be releasing my first On Purpose cocktail. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Get ready, because it's an old school cocktail that I have put a new spin on, or several new spins on, to be a nerd-themed cocktail for those of you who enjoy D&D, especially classic D&D. So I went with a classic cocktail for classic D&D. I think it's going to be a good pairing. And drinking is all about pairing. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I'm safe too. All right, we've got a couple folks. Welcome. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. Greetings, adventurous drinkers. Welcome to my bar. I'm Ansel, the Indecisionist, and I will be your dungeon barkeep today. Like most folks tending bar this side of the Prime Meridian, I am no expert mixologist, but I am adventurous enough to try letting fate decide what I should make. I'll even drink it and tell you how it is. So what do you say? Great. I'm going to use a set of gaming dice to choose all of the ingredients for this cocktail, because I just honestly don't know what I'm doing otherwise. I did also ask my friends for a list of drinks that I could make to pad out the menu. I don't know what any of them are yet, so we'll use that list to decide what today's drink is going to be called. So I asked all of my friends, and they gave me so many suggestions that I have so many. I need a D100 to pick my first thing. So I'm going to use a set of percentile dice as my first roll of the evening. That'll tell us our name. Let's see what we get. The dice cam is not working tonight, so you'll just have to trust me that that's a 32. All right, so 32 is Bugbear Juice, suggested by Cody Schwartz. Bugbear Juice. Oh, that's promising. Bugbears, depending on when you played the game, could go a lot of different directions. This could be really gross or really nifty. Who's to say? We'll see what edition of Bugbear this beverage is designed for. All right, the next thing we need to do is pick our main liquor, and that's going to be a D20. And that's a 9 I got on that, so we're going back to vodka. All the good decisions start with vodka, said no one ever. So that's going to be our main drink for today. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing is a bar term. This will be a little bit of education for both you and me, a reminder for me as to what it is that I'm doing here. Dry. Dry usually means that we're going to be using dry vermouth in the drink. So if vermouth comes up, dry is the only kind I keep on hand, because sweet vermouth is just not something I drink enough to keep around. It does go off. That's something I learned recently. You want to keep your vermouth in the fridge, because it does go off if you don't, and you want to use it pretty quickly as well. So there's a little tip for those of you who think vermouth is gross. It might be that you're storing it out in the open for too long. Maybe that's it. I don't know. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is a D8 for our mixer. I got a 4. That's simple syrup. Okay, so far we've got vodka and simple syrup. This is a promising start. This could be a thing, which is what I usually say at about this juncture, right before I regret it. So our next is going to be a garnish, which is a D6, and I got a 5 on my garnish, which is going to be bitter cube bitters. All right, so far we're still staying in the realm of real cocktails, things that people might drink on purpose. And then last thing is a method. But before I roll a D4 for my method, this is coming across as pretty basic, pretty bland, pretty boring. Just vodka and simple syrup. I don't think that's going to be very exciting or tasty. It's mostly going to taste like sweet nothing. Aw, sweet nothing. Aw, I kind of like it now. But I am going to go ahead and, as the DM rolling behind the screen, I'm going to cheat the roll and add a liqueur to this. So a liqueur is going to also be a D4. So we'll roll a D4 for that, and that's going to be Cointreau. All right, now we're talking. So we're going to add Cointreau to that. I think that's going to be a really good decision. And finally, our method, another D4. 3 again, boxed. All right, so we're going to box some Cointreau and vodka. And for this, I'm going to switch back over. Yeah, it needed some pizzazz. You're absolutely right. All right, so we're going to switch over to the bar top cam so you guys can see what's going on. So I'll move some stuff out of the way here. All right, so that's the glass we're going to pour into. You know what? Yeah, that works. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do... Ooh, it's a fresh bottle of vodka, too. So we're going to go ahead and do a double jigger of vodka, ice cold. A half jigger of Cointreau. We're still staying in the clear territory because Cointreau, despite being very orangey, is still a clear liqueur. And I'm going to do the same amount of simple syrup. So this is going to be sweet. What have we learned about bugbears today? They like sweet cocktails. That's what we've learned about bugbears today. All right. So now that we've got all of the main ingredients, I'm going to drop some bitters in there. Oh, everything is too far back. I'm so sorry, everybody. Some bitters, mostly for color at this point. Throw in a little bit of ice. And we're just going to roll that once and twice. That's all the mixing it's going to get. And I think bugbears like ice in their drink. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it straight out, unstrained, with the ice. And we'll switch back to the main camera. There we go. All right, so there it is. Bugbear juice. Straightforward. So that's what I said? Yeah, am I right? Bugbear juice. Yeah, all right. So at this point, I would like to point out that the wall behind me has been enchanted by our local wizard as a magical portal. I can actually use this to travel from my home bar to your home bar or your local drinking establishment of choice, your favorite watering hole. Get permission from whoever's in charge of that home bar or watering hole. And if you send it in using the form on my website at indecisionist.com/dungeonbarkeep, you could be featured on my magical pub crawl as I use the portal that was installed behind me to travel all over the world. So feel free to use that, and that's also where you'll be able to find information about the ongoing series, all of the recipes I've come up with so far, and all of the ingredients that could possibly go into future cocktails. So, with no further ado, let's taste this bugbear juice. That tastes exactly like you think it's gonna. That's delicious. This is really, really good. It's very sweet. It's very, very sweet. I wouldn't order this personally because it's just ridiculously sweet. It's going to be the polar opposite of the upcoming secret cocktail that's being revealed this weekend. Ooh. Which is not sweet at all. It tastes like Cointreau. It tastes like sweet, sweet Cointreau. This is orange soda with booze in it, which you'd almost never notice, except there's like a little warming that's going on after you've taken that first drink. So it's delicious. If you like orange stuff, if you like orange soda, this is a cocktail that you could absolutely order on purpose at a bar, and no one would think it was weird because it's got normal bar stuff. The bartender might have trouble figuring out what to charge you, but if you come to my place, my bar, it'll be on the menu from now on. All right, so there it is. Bugbear Juice. I endorse it. Well, thank you everyone for adventuring to my bar today. I'm still really new here on YouTube, and that means that liking the video and subscribing to my channel still makes an enormous difference for me. I'm currently running for 500 subscribers. I know we got a little bit of distance to cover before we get there, but once we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to add Malort to the list of possible boozes that can go into my drinks. And if you live in Chicago, you know you will be entertained every time I roll what is definitely going to be the natural one spot on that D20. So tell your friends, get people excited. 500 subscribers gets Malort onto the list, and it also means that I'm going to start my quest to find a cocktail that Malort makes sense in. I'm very excited and passionate about that, and I know I've got some friends who feel the same. So hopefully we'll get around that bend soon enough. Finally, let me know what you think of today's cocktail in the comments. I'd love to hear if you would order it or not. And until next time, drink adventurous.